Hi, I'm Andrew Bretherton. I'm a winemaker from Bortoli in the Yarra Valley, and we're here today in some of our vineyards in the King Valley on this beautiful day in the middle of vintage. I'm very lucky to actually have me here and not in the winery today. And we're really lucky to have Milawa Cheese just around the corner from our King Valley vineyards. And Caridwen has come out today to help me sort of taste some wine and cheeses together and see what works.
Always a difficult problem for us at this time of year.
That's right, drinking wine in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Always true.
And eating cheese.
Absolutely. So Caridwen, can you tell us a little bit about the history or how the family business came to be?
Yep, my mum and dad set up Milawa Cheese Company in 1988. They'd had a bit of a country change rather than a sea change and decided to make some wonderful cheeses here in Australia that were based on European styles. So we've brought 4 cheeses with us today to match with some of the wines here. We've got the Caridwen, which is my namesake. This one here, it's a fresh goat's cheese rolled in a grapevine ash and then matured to the white mould on the outside. We've got another goat's milk cheese, this one here, the Milawa Tom. It's been aged for about 1 year. Coming around from there, we've got the King River Gold, one of our most popular washed rind styles of cheese. And then the cheese that we developed the cheese company to make, Milawa Blue.
Well, I've got some wines to try with them today. The first one is Bellariva Moscato del Rey, which means Moscato of the King. It's a low alcohol wine. It's slightly spritzy and it's refreshing and delicious on a sunny day, and hopefully we can find a nice cheese match for it.
I'm sure we will.
Beautiful. So it's a very aromatic variety.
It gives
fruit salad and lovely exotic kind of aromas, and it should be very crisp and slightly spritzy and a little bit sweet on the palate.
Okay, sweet goes well with cheese. I'm liking this.
Fantastic.
That sweet wine, I think it's going to go really well with the Caridwen. Let's have a taste.
Great.
As the white mould develops on the outside, it starts to break down a bit and you get much more earthy sort of flavours. You get the lovely sort of young acidity from the fresh goat's cheese, but a bit more of the richer, earthier flavour from the breakdown of the white mould on the outside. So it marries really well with the fruity and slightly sweet of the Moscato.
Fantastic. It really lifts the flavours of the cheese, I think.
Yeah, well that's the great thing when you get a good cheese and wine match. They both win.
Yeah, fantastic.
Blue cheeses go really well with dessert wines as well. So should we give it a go with the Moscato, even though it's not quite as sweet as a full dessert wine?
Yeah, let's have a crack.
Okay.
That sounds great.
So the Milawa Blue was based on a Gorgonzola Dolce style, so a soft, mild, creamy blue.
And I think the sweetness matches really well with the saltiness
Yeah,
in that cheese, doesn't it?
definitely. I mean, all cheeses like a little bit of sweetness, but blue cheeses scream out for it.
Yeah, great. Oh, that really works. So the next wine made from the King Valley in the Bortoli range is the Bellariva Pinot Grigio Vermentino.
Okay, interesting varieties.
Yeah, they can be sort of challenging names for people to wrap their minds around, but it's a really lovely wine. It's just textural and really refreshing, and aromatic and perfect for summer, and just crisp and really easy to get into.
So I've heard of the Pinot Grigio before, but the Vermentino, what does that add to it?
It's very aromatic. It's from Sardinia and Corsica in the Mediterranean.
Okay.
So it's sexy as well as being delicious.
We like that.
Absolutely.
So what are we going to match them with here? Perhaps the King River Gold, or maybe even back to the Caridwen again?
Yeah, let's try the King River Gold.
Okay, sure. So the King River Gold is probably a really good option. You need to look at it because it's based on an Italian style once again, so it should work well with your Vermentino.
Love the colour of this cheese.
Yeah, it's got a really vibrant orange on the outside. So rather than with a brie or a camembert where you've got a white mould developing the flavours, we actually wash the outside of the cheese on a regular basis. And it's quite ironic because the one cheese that we wash that regularly is our stinkiest cheese. How does it go with the wine?
It works really well. I think there's that crispness in the wine and the sort of punchy flavour in the cheese, but they somehow just sort of marry really, really nicely.
Okay, fantastic. Because I did bring it along because I thought maybe with the red wine, but then often with red wines and washed rind cheeses, they sort of fight a little bit. The tannins just don't like each other. And so maybe it is better to go with a white wine with the washed rind styles.
Yeah, and aromatic wines like that often go really well with these kind of cheeses, I think.
Fantastic.
Yum. It's a winner.
It works.
So finally, we've got the red. We've got a Sangiovese Merlot.
Okay, interesting.
Sangiovese is another Italian variety, which reflects the Italian heritage of the king.
Yep.
And it's a really delicious, everyday, slightly rustic table wine.
Fantastic. That sounds like it'll go very well with our Milawa Tom.
Fantastic.
It's a very rustic looking cheese. As you can see, it's made in a 2-kilo barrel, and the rind there is really quite interesting as well. It's got a really lovely earthy flavour, which I think should marry really well with the Merlot and the Sangiovese in this one. Okay, so this is a Milawa Tom. It's been matured for about a year. It's a hard goat's milk cheese, based on a sort of a European mountain style cheese. It's got a lovely saltiness to it that really comes out well with the Sanjo Merlot.
It's got a lovely crumbly texture as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic cheese.
I think it's actually one of my favourites today, that cheese, and this is definitely my favourite one, so perfect.
Cheers to the king.
Cheers to the king.
Thanks for coming down and showing us the cheeses and helping us match some wines with them.
Anytime.
Fantastic.